Urban Mystics, what's goody? Happy New Year's Eve. It's Unique Divination and you are tuned into Urban Mystik TV. And just like I said earlier, it is Happy New Year's Eve. I am recording this video on Monday, December 31st. This video is in fact for the new moon. And because it's happening so fast and you know, my birthday's been happening, the holidays been happening, so I didn't have this recorded as early as I would have liked, but nonetheless, here it is. And it's new moon in Capricorn. How about that? And so it is on January 5th. And yeah, all that other good stuff. So of course, before I get into the video, you know I gotta give a shout out to my patrons. So let me go ahead and pull them up. If you guys aren't aware, I do have a Patreon account where there's exclusive Patreon content. And my new moon and my full moon readings go out first on my Patreon account, and then they are released to the world after the fact. So if you're interested in my Patreon account, I also provide personal readings to you via PDF monthly, depending on the tier that you pick. A certain spread goes with a certain tier. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And like I said, let me go ahead and give a shout out to my members. So the first Patreon member that I want to give a shout out to is Latasha R. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. Jordan K. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. T. Micaiah N. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. Shay M. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. Tiffany F. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. Hannah K. Thank you for your continued support and Happy New Year's to you. I believe, let me make sure I'm not leaving nobody out. Yeah, so I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for allowing me to read for you guys monthly, to help with all the situations that you present to me. It just helps build my craft. It helps sharpen my skills. And like I said, I just really appreciate it to the utmost. Like, you guys don't understand. I have an issue with allowing people into my energy to do readings, and actually went and got one for the first time. It was a very insightful reading, and I was just very blessed. So because of how exclusive I am with my energy, I don't take it for granted. The people, like I said, the Patreon members, any of my clients, anybody who's ever gotten a reading from me, I don't take it for granted that you guys allow me into your energy to help give you some type of guidance in any way, shape, or form. So I appreciate that. I can't never thank you guys enough. If it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't even be doing this. So I have to spend the first couple minutes of my videos always, you know, shouting out the people that matter. And in this case, it's my Patreon members. And of course, all my clients and everything. But exclusively, if you're a member, you get a shout out. And it is what it is, okay? So now that we got that out the way, I'm a little tired, y'all. I was up pre-partying for New Year's Eve. Whew. Boy, I can't hang anymore for sure. So, new moon in Capricorn. What does that mean for the new moon to be in Capricorn? So, Capricorn energy is crazy energy. It's determination, it's motivation, it's continuing to move forward no matter what. Our zodiac sign is a goat. The old sign was a goat and a fish. So just imagine those two animals combined. Fish for swimming, goat for climbing. It's like it's nothing you can't do underneath the Capricorn energy. Go-getter, organization, structure. There's just a lot of things that come to mind when we think of Capricorn. And so under the new moon, these are things that we're going to have to usher in. We're going to have to pull from these Capricorn qualities and traits to kind of help us move forward and usher in 2019 the way we want to. So I really think this is really great that the new moon represents Capricorn for the first full moon, for the first new moon cycle in 2019. So to all my urban mystics out there, if you plan on starting off this year, you know, most people do plan on starting the year off with goals and, you know, New Year's resolutions. But I'm telling you now, if you even had a little inkling of trying to slack, new moon in Capricorn is right here to tell you we're not getting ready to slack. We're getting ready to do this thing. We're getting ready to move forward. We're getting ready to push through whatever obstacle comes our way. We're getting ready to organize our life a little bit more. We're getting ready to add structure to our life a little bit more. And we're getting ready to respect the material things that come into our life. See, a lot of people don't appreciate the material aspects of the physical realm. And Capricorn and other earth signs are very set on respecting material things. I'm very funny about my possessions, but I'm also very funny about other people's possessions. I don't like my things destroyed. I don't like stuff touched, and I didn't ask you to touch it. I definitely don't like to, you know, loan money and know I'm not going to get it back, and it's reciprocated. You know, I treat people's things with respect. If I ask you for money, you're going to get it back. I'm going to get it back to you. Just things like that. Just things that I hold dear, you know, as far as material possessions. I've had a lot of people try to attack me for that. And it's like, we got to remember, as above, so below. So if you respect the spiritual, you also need to respect the physical. And this also goes beyond your material possessions. It goes, it's this is attributed to the physical realm in itself, the earth. Respecting the earth. The earth is a material possession. You know, respecting Mother Earth, just appreciating being here. A lot of us who call ourselves waking up and realizing that we're in a matrix, if you're truly woke, you're not gonna be happy about it. People crack me up talking about how they're woke and they're conscious, and it's not good. It's like you're going through the 5 stages of, 5 stages of grief, 5 stages of death or something. I think I might be coming out with a little cold too, y'all. So forgive me if I sound a little snuffled or like stopped up, but being woke is not fun. It's quite depressing because you're realizing that you're stuck in this Saturn matrix, you know, with a shadow government of 1% ruling us. And it's like, how do we get out of this? You know, why are we in this matrix? And the more you just ponder on why we're here, you know, how we're stuck and all these other esoteric and occult things that people really are slowly waking up to, it's nothing happy or, you know, exciting. It's extremely depressing. So shout out to the people that's woke, that's really woke. Because when you really woke, you really become like, whoa, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? And things seem to be more real when they've sunken in, when you started realizing and understanding a lot of the things that's happening in this world. But anyway, I just got off on a tangent, which is okay. But so definitely, new moon in Capricorn is to appreciate the material things in your life, appreciate Mother Earth, being structured, being organized, persevering no matter what comes your way. And that is like, as a Capricorn sun, that is like the best attribute that I feel like that I have received being a Capricorn. We can be stubborn. Sometimes we only see in black and white. Sometimes we don't like to see other people's views because we think our view is the best. Those things can be worked through. But nonetheless, the very most number one important aspect that I think that Capricorns hold is that we persevere through fucking anything. Anything you throw at us, we're going to keep continuing to move forward. Keep pushing forward. You know what I mean? Like Kid Cudi, you know, kids see ghosts. But nah, we just continue to push forward no matter how fucking tired, no matter how downtrodden, no matter how depressed, how much anxiety, you know, whatever you throw my way, I'm gonna push forward through it, because it's just like something internal in me is like, bitch, keep going. You can't fucking stop. Oh, you're tired, bitch? Well, guess what? We're gonna continue. And this has brought me through motherhood. This has brought me through an adoption process I'm going through. This has brought me through I'm getting ready to have my 3rd degree in school. Graduated from the police academy. It's just a whole bunch of stuff in my life that if I wouldn't have had this internal bitch keep going button, I would have gave out a long time ago. So, alright, so we all know it's the new moon in Capricorn. Like I said, January the 5th. Let me just go over some of the cards that I'm using, what you guys should be familiar with, but, you know, to people that are new to this channel, I'm going to go ahead and go over. Oh, in the middle, I have the Thoth deck. I have a Goddess Guidance card, Past Life here, The Universe Has My Back here, Crystal Healing, Chakra Healing, and a Rebel Tarot card. So the first thing that I like to get into is the Thoth deck right here. And I have 2 of Swords, which represents peace. The Empress card. It's a beautiful card. And 4 of Swords. Oh, where are you? 4 of Swords, which represents truth. So, new moon in Capricorn. 2 of Swords. So, there's gonna be a lot of choices, even throughout the entire month of January, but specifically underneath the full moon, if you're doing a ritual or, you know, you just want to embrace that energy, you've got a lot of choices on your plate. You've got a lot of decisions to be made, and you may honestly have don't know which way to go, which way to turn. I hate that light. I'm sorry. That was like aggravating the hell out of me. A lot of decisions. And it's like you're afraid to make the wrong decision, so you don't do anything. You just sit there stuck in the middle contemplating. And so not only does this represent new choices, this represents wanting to change, wanting to do something different in your life, and not really understanding how, not really understanding what approach to even take, right? First of all, you're coming to the situation with your emotions and not thinking with your head. And so when you allow your emotions to dominate your thinking, sometimes that harms it flaws our thinking, right? When we think through emotion, you can be angry and make a decision, and then 10 minutes after you're calmed down and you look at that decision you made and you're like, I really didn't want to do that, but I was so angry. You can't see anything past that emotion that you're feeling. Fear, anger, love. We all know that you're blinded by love, fear, whatever, what have you. So, number one, if you're extremely overwhelmed by the decisions that you have to make, you got to release those feelings, anxiety, being overwhelmed. I highly recommend you go to my shop, purchase Bitch Be Gone Spiritual Detox, take a nice bath, pour that shit in there, and relax, and just don't think about anything. Just let all the negativity just get into that bath water, stand up, take a shower, because you got to let all that shit run off of you. Let the water out of the tub, and just imagine all of the negative energy, all of that anxiety, over all that overwhelmingness that you feel. Let that shit go down the drain. Right? Then also go to my shop, purchase my protection ritual bath bar. You can bathe with that to protect yourself so that you are protected when you finally are able to sit down, calm, relaxed, and work on these decisions that have to be made. They cannot be avoided. You cannot continue to put them off. That's why this message is coming under the new moon in Capricorn, because we're going to usher in some new things, and they have to be addressed. We cannot allow them to continue to... We cannot continue to move forward without addressing these issues, these decisions that have to be made. You cannot make them underneath certain emotions that you're having and certain feelings that you're having. Once you're in a calm, cool, relaxed setting mode, then you get a piece of paper and a pen and you write down all of the things that need a decision. And you're going to figure out how we're going to work through them. Even if you can't figure it out right now, write it down. Write it down, okay? Also, Two of Swords represents peace on the card. And so, at this point in your life, for whatever reason, you've become the go-to person for your family. Your family may be, I'm not going to say a little bit dysfunctional, because everybody's family is dysfunctional. But for some reason, your family has grown apart. And you've been looked at as like the peacemaker and putting things back together, which is great. But make sure that you don't expel all your energy or, put everybody else's stuff before yours. Opinions, how people feel. Don't put yourself on a back burner to please everybody else to, get everything shaken. So we're not getting ready to do that, right? Two of Swords also represents covering the wool over your own eyes. Seeing all of the bullshit happening around you that's happening and choosing not to do anything about it. And that just goes back to what I was saying about emotions, being overwhelmed, fear. So if you feel like you cannot make these decisions by yourself, definitely confide in someone close to you. or a professional. You know, if you need counseling, if you need to talk to somebody, especially if it's anxiety and being overwhelmed, dealing with like depression and bipolar and stuff, and you really feel like you can't handle these things, seek a professional. It's not a slight against you. That's what they're there for. As far as health is concerned, Two of Swords kind of means you got to step it up. It's like you're half-ass taking care of yourself, and especially your mental capacity. Swords deals with air, mental, and all that other good stuff. So I'm not going to stay on this card too much longer. The next card that we have is the Empress card, which is right here. My beautiful Empress. The number 3. So let's start off with the number 3. The number 3 represents a triangle, which represents completion. Number 3 represents the Holy Trinity, and I'm not talking about Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, because that's blasphemy. I'm talking about Mother, Father, Son, right? Male, female, child. I'm talking about completion. This card represents feminine energy, which represents receiving. So once again, if you're a person who likes to operate under the masculine energy, which is giving, 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 let's take on some female energy and let's receive. Let's do active listening. Let's observe before we analyze. Let's observe before we react to things, right? This card represents wisdom. All right, we should definitely be learning from past experiences, especially past experiences that we continue to make the same mistakes from. In 2019, we definitely should not be making the same mistakes that we continue to make. So we're going to have to apply some wisdom, right? And realize that we cannot continue to make the same mistakes that we've been making. And then we need to address these mistakes. We need to realize what they are, and we need to move forward. Nobody's perfect. All we can do is continue to shed and transform to our higher selves. And this is how we do it. We do it by working on our flaws, our defects, and things that we can make better. Okay. The Empress also is a motherly figure. So for those of you that have a motherly figure in your life, I recommend that you reach out to them. Ask them for wisdom and guidance, because I'm pretty sure they'll have some. If it's your mom, if it's your grandmother, if you're lucky enough to have your great or your great-great-grandmother around, great aunts, older cousins, these are people that you need to explore to get their opinion and just to understand their life view and their life perspective, and see how you can utilize that wisdom, that motherly wisdom, and apply it to your life. And pertaining to love, this card represents taking this time to not compromise your belief or your integrity to be with somebody that is not familiar to you. Okay? This card also represents worship, being praised. Okay? There's going to be a cycle in your relationship where your significant other is just going to worship the ground that you walk on and just enjoy it. At this point in your life, the things that you've shed, the person that you've become, people want to be around you. People are yearning for your energy, and especially your significant other. And like I said, in this moment of your life, you're representing the goddess of love. And it's just oozing from you. The work that you've done in 2018 is showing, and you're just glowing from spiritual development, mental development. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it immensely. Don't wonder why. This is the energy that you've been exuding. And so your relationship is going to benefit from this. You've been doing a lot of work internally, and when you do work on yourselves, others will see it, and your significant other is looking at you like, damn, she or he is so attractive. You know, because it is very attractive to see your significant other developing themselves, improving themselves on a spiritual, physical, mental, emotional level. It's very attractive to see your significant other getting themselves together. This card also represents fertility. If you're in a stage in your life where you're trying to have a baby, this is like an approval, like I approve, you know, so this is definitely a sign that a baby will manifest. Empress represents, as far as work and health, taking a vacation, taking a break because you've worked so hard. And this is funny how this card is being pulled, because I'm literally on vacation right now, which is, I don't take PTO often. I felt very weird being home on a Friday night, because I'm never home on a Friday night. For the past 4 years, I've been working overnights, and it was just very awkward to be out and about with the common folk. But now, just appreciate the time. Take some time off. Appreciate yourself. Enjoy life. And don't work too hard. You know what I mean? The next card that we have is the Four of Swords, and this represents truce. So I don't know if you had an issue with somebody, maybe a disagreement between a family member. There's always disagreements between family members, right, y'all? Always. But nah, like I'm talking about a falling out with somebody you may hold near and dear, or you did hold near and dear at one point. You know, there could be a grudge or just a disagreement that has just gone on for so long that you don't even talk to this person, you know? And so it's like, at this point in your life, if you haven't decided to let go of something, it's going to eat at you, the kind of person that you are, right? You might say that you're over it, but really you're not. And so let's think about a truce. You know, even if you feel like you were the one wronged, I'm not going to say go ahead and jump out there and just be like, you know, because it's hard, you know, but let's think about the truce. And then, you know, maybe if this person reaches out to you first, you can go ahead and reach out. I don't know. But somehow, somewhere, you've got to make the decision to let that shit go, you know, with this particular person in your life. Or people. I have a lot of resentment, I'm not gonna lie, towards quite a few people in my family. I feel like there are a lot of people that have wronged me and won't acknowledge it ever. You know, a lot of older people in my family that I looked up to, and I'm an adult now, and just kind of looking back on the information that was given to me, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And so it's led me to resent people in my life, you know, me reflecting back on the things that I was taught. Like, how could you teach a child this, or a teenager, or how could you not guide them a certain way? And I have to let it go. I have to let it go. And I'm always the one telling myself, like, yeah, you know, I'm an adult. Nobody has control over my life now. So, you know, I don't care about things that's happened in the past. And come to find out, I do care. I've fucking buried that shit so deep. And like I said, because I don't allow anybody in my energy field or people to hurt me, I couldn't realize that those past issues were affecting me. You know, so definitely under the full moon, I will work on letting go of my resentment and my anger, and hopefully work towards truce to people that I feel like have wronged me. And it's not even about who have wronged me. It's just about, I need acknowledgement from people that, you know, maybe I didn't give the best guidance, you know. And I have a lot of resentment towards people in my family that just like disappeared after my Nana died. My Nana kind of held everybody together, and my family just fell apart. So I have a lot of resentment towards people that went their own way and chose not to continue to bind the family together. They kind of just went off on their own thing and just said, fuck my family, and I resent that. As a Capricorn, family means a lot, and loyalty, and going through things with people no matter what. So for me to say fuck it and cut people off is very deep, because especially if it's family, because I'm 100% a family person, and that's what new moon can represent too. Also, you know, being with your family, getting back to family, and getting back to loyalty, which a lot of people don't have or realize even what loyalty is. So yeah, so those are my gripes. You know, I've got to share my issues because we've all got them. And I know there are definitely people out there that can relate to what I'm going through, and that's why I choose to share. So I definitely will be doing a new moon ritual to release a lot of the resentment that I have towards family. It's very deep. So we've got the Two of Swords, and then we've got the Four of Swords. So we've got Two of Swords, Empress in the middle, and then Four of Swords. So to me, it's like we need to work towards a balance, towards a foundation, towards a structure. And so that means working on your mental health, your well-being, wellness, exercising. We got to build, you have to provide a foundation and a structure for these things. So if you want to be emotionally sound, how do you do that? You go to counseling, you journal, exercise, get into the arts, get into things that you like to do. Dance. I don't know, but the message here is we've got to build that foundation, and nobody's going to build it but you. And that's where we go back to the zodiac sign of Capricorn, the new moon being in Capricorn. Okay, so you're going to have to build this. Nobody's going to do it for you. As far as love is concerned, you're going to have to figure out who you are in and outside of your relationship. I feel like a lot of us lose ourselves in relationships. We feel like we must become one and think alike, dress alike, eat alike. No. You need to find yourself so that you can find your relationship again. You've lost yourself, and you and your partner have kind of both forgotten why you guys are with each other in the first place. So let's just reevaluate who you are and what you mean to the relationship. Right? Health-wise, your body's been through a lot, and you need to relax, calm down, and just relax. If you're usually the one on the move, just take a seat and relax. Like I said, take some time off of work, because you're doing too much, you know. And just, although Capricorns can push and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, sometimes that energy will allow you to neglect yourself. So just take the time out to go to the doctor, get a checkup. I don't know. Like I said, PTO, day off, do a spa day if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, do it at home. Mani-pedi, you know, bath soak, something for personal care so that you can regroup. Some nice herbal teas, a nice yoni steam, something to regroup and to help build that foundation that we were talking about earlier, right? And I'm going to get into the Rebel Tarot next. And what does this say? Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. You know, I've been on this diet. I've been in this program run through my job. I got a free Fitbit. Hey, where is that? A free Fitbit. I got a free digital scale, provided through my health insurance. But I'm not gonna lie, the holidays threw me off a little bit with my dieting, and it's all good, you know. But the whole point is, with bringing that up, is that I've gotten back in touch with my healthy side. I've been blending, you know, making fruit smoothies. I've been eating a lot of raw vegetables, which is pissing my family off because I found out that I'm the only one that likes raw asparagus. Nah, but I've been eating a lot of raw foods. I've incorporated chia seeds into my life. I've incorporated turmeric, a lot of healthy herbs that I've infused into my life. And I've been feeling better. I've been feeling a little bit better. My energy's been a little different. And nonetheless, I've been losing weight. Now I've been stuck at a certain weight, and I'm going to work on that. But nonetheless, I have lost, and I can tell the difference. I'm not like like breathing all heavy, trying to walk up the steps and what have you. I can definitely tell. So let's incorporate, if you know, eating out all the time, fast food. Let's incorporate some shit from Mother Nature into our diets, man. Like, stop drinking. Like, if you drink 5 sodas a day, cut down the soda. You know how many empty calories soda has? So if you're trying to lose some of those empty calories, what better way than to stop drinking mad soda, right? So I had this whole thing recorded earlier. I am back at it again later on in the day because at least 20 minutes of this video did not record for some reason. My microphone is acting extremely weird, so I am back at it again. So I left off on the Rebel Tarot, so I realized that I had just got finished doing the Thoth cards, and now I need to get into all the other cards. So the next card that I'm going to get into is Goddess Guidance. I'm just going to mess all these cards up to get to this one card here because that's how it goes. And she's our butterfly maiden, and she represents transformation, right? You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So automatically, when I'm looking at this card, when I'm getting a feel for this card, just the name alone, transformation, to me represents the Death card in Tarot. It represents the Zodiac Scorpio, which deals with transformation. It deals with out with the old, in with the new, so to speak, right? Let's see what else this mama has to say. As you go through this period of change, it's natural for you to wonder if your future is safe. I'm here to assure you that you're part of nature's cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. To bring in your desired newness, you must first allow old parts of your life to fall away. And that's what I was explaining, how this card is kind of representing the zodiac, Scorpio. These changes are to be celebrated, not feared. Give thanks for the shedding of the old. Embrace all of the lessons it brought, and then let it go. Be giddy with excitement at the newness of the gifts that are now being bestowed upon you, and let the magic surprise and delight you. So this transformation is real. It's going to be deep. You're probably already in it. The beginning stages are just witnessing things just go away. So I have this saying, excuse me, I don't even know if it's really a saying, but you know, when the universe wants something out of your life, or when your spirit, anything that's not good for you needs to be out of your life and you refuse to remove it, the universe is going to remove it for you. And I know we've all had this experience. Maybe you were in a bad relationship. Everybody's telling you you're in a bad relationship and you really don't want to listen. And what happens? Somehow, some way, the relationship is broken up with things that were not even in your control, right? And that's just one example. There are so many examples of ways that we refuse to acknowledge something, or, you know, to acknowledge that something needs to be removed out of our life. And Spirit's like, you know what, bitch? I got you, and we'll remove it for us. So don't be concerned about endings, as they're bringing in the new for you. Your prayers have been answered with this change. Let go of the old. Don't worry about these changes. They're truly for the best. Not only do we not need to worry about the ending, you just need to worry about the situation, what it is, and how you are going to get to the ending. Not necessarily worrying about the ending. Just like, what do you need to get there? You know, because if you're attempting to worry about the end result and haven't done anything to even move remotely close to that end result, it ain't going to do nothing but bring you anxiety, overwhelming feelings that you really don't need to deal with. So just, let's not be concerned with how this ends. Let's be concerned with the transformation that is, will be, and has been taking place in your life. And that's kind of key and very important to understand, that the transformation is going to happen. Transformation, like the card said, is like cycles of the birth, death, birth, rebirth. The only thing constant in this world is change. And it took me a while to understand that. I'm a Capricorn. I don't like a lot of change. I don't like change. I can deal with it. I don't like it. So I begrudgingly will do things and I'm like, I don't fucking like this. But so I had to learn to accept, like, okay, you're doing it, but are you doing it for the, like, what are your reasons for actually doing it? And can you accept the fact that these things need to be done in order for change to happen? So it took a long time for me to accept that change is inevitable. And the only thing constant is change. Sudden change, constant change, slow change, any type of change is the only thing that's constant and permanent in this world. And I think as soon as a lot of folks realize that, well, I'll be better in life. But sometimes it's just really hard to understand, right? And so the next card that we're going to get into is this nice little card right here. And this is a past life card. And you know that for each of us, we have lived several thousands, hundreds, I don't know. We've all lived and will continue to live multiple different lives. This life we live now will become part of a past life once we die and we are reincarnated again, if that's something that you believe in, right? So this card is about vows, and it's explaining that in previous lifetimes that you took vows that are blocking you in this current one. Most likely you were a monk or a nun when you made these vows, which still continue to haunt you to this day. For instance, examples may include a vow of poverty or self-denial, which could block your flow of abundance. A vow of chastity, which can inhibit your romantic or sexual life in the present. Or a vow of self-punishment, which can lead you to self-sabotage or hurting yourself. Unless vows are severed, they can affect you across time. Fortunately, vows are very easy to undo. Excuse me, I'm recording a video. Hey, I'm recording. Do you mind? Hey, radio, do you mind not being a jerk while I'm recording? It's literally the post guy. It's the postman. Fortunately, vows are very easy to undo. It's simply a matter of firmly stating, and for those of you that want to use this exact wording, it's fine. I'm getting it off the Goddess Guidance book anyway, so I'm going to say it and I'm going to repeat it again. I am willing to sever all vows that are blocking me in this lifetime. I ask that all aspects of painful vows be now and forever undone in all directions of time for everyone concerned. By saying this either aloud or silently, you help to heal the bondage of the past and open yourself up to present-day joy and abundance in all forms. I'm going to repeat that. Mister, if you don't stop growling while I'm recording, I'm going to ask you to leave the room. Okay? Grumpy ass dog. I am willing to sever all vows that are blocking me in this lifetime. I ask that all aspects of painful vows be now and forever undone in all directions of time for everyone concerned. Okay? This is deep. So the next card that I want to get into is the chakra healing card. So for my coven, in my coven, we have been doing monthly affirmations that are revolved around the 7 chakras. Each month we'll pick a chakra. Evidently, some are going to be repeated because there's 7 main chakras that we focus on here in Western society, and there's 12 months in the year. So we pick a chakra and we work on affirmations that are revolved around that chakra. So like I said, 2019 coming up, we're working on our crown chakra. So for this month, in my new and full moon reading, I will be focusing on the crown chakra when I pull this card. So this little card right here, impartiality. This is not a time to personally shine, but to allow others to come forth with their gifts. You may find yourself in the role of a neutral advisor. Hold the space for others to find their own answers. Advice may not be well received. Be unbiased now. All right, and so there's stories that go with these cards. Bahana Beige, impartiality. I quietly listen, allowing you to color your own palette. Bahana is this wise dictator from the town of Beige. She is known for settling disputes fairly. One day, 2 neighbors are arguing about what color to paint their fence. Bahana gives each of them a can of paint and instructs them to paint their side of the fence the color that the other neighbor wants. She knows that when they can color their world in the love of their neighbor's eyes, they will understand and accept one another. Take an impartial look at your situation. The action here is to listen and observe. And I think I spoke on that earlier with the Empress card, as far as the feminine energy being receiving and active listening, just listening period. But active listening is when you're giving the other person cues that you are engaged in their conversation. You're not in your head. When they stop, you're saying, okay, so as you were saying, blah, 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 blah. You're kind of repeating things that were discussed in the conversation. That allows somebody to know that, number one, you're being attentive to them. Number 2, you're trying to make sure that you comprehend and understand so that you guys can go further into the conversation. And what I meant earlier, because I forgot to comment about it, but male masculine energy, giving, doing, you know, just constantly trying to be in control, trying to stay with control. As feminine is like, okay, just like this card says, it allows you to kind of fall back and allow things to fall in place for you, so to speak, not you actively doing things, right? What do we call this in the business world? Delegation, so to speak, you know, allowing things to get done for you through other people, right? So I just wanted to touch into that because I don't feel like I explained that enough when I meant in this reading as far as masculine and feminine energy. Masculine, going, acting, doing, wanting to be in control, talking, overpowering. Feminine energy, easygoing, active listening, receiving, allowing things to get done through other people, right? If I step back from my present situation, what do I see? Can I be neutral? Key ideas. Neutral position, allowing things to unfold, standing in another's shoes, uplifted communication. Keywords, guide, open-minded, and fairness. Another thing that comes to mind when I look at this card is engaging conversation or engaging debate within a group of people and throwing out some ideas and just allowing the people to expound on that, you know. Keywords, guide, open-minded, fairness. Meditation piece. As a mist forms, take a few deep breaths. Bahana Beige beckons you into the mist. When you are ready, allow her energy and knowledge in. If something happens, then allow it to happen. But you are to follow, not lead. Nothingness is the goal. Open your eyes when you are ready and thank Bahana for reminding you to be with yourself. Okay, so that's extremely deep. So there's going to be situations that come up. There's going to be situations that come up where you cannot, should not, and will not take sides. Advice can be I'm so tongue-tied. Advice can be given, but ultimately, you're going to have to take a step back and allow things to play out. As far as those people that like to play the leader role, we're going to have to stop playing a leader role and become a follower and allow the people around you, because at this point, you should have everybody in your circle that is supportive, that has good energy. We don't want anybody in our circle that has like fuckboy energy or fuck girl energy, right? Lazy, procrastinating, really don't want anything in life, complain, negative all the time. Just not really making things work, because the energy you keep around you is what's going to help you with your energy and going to help you push forward. So at this point in your life, the people in your life and your circle should be productive, and that's relative to what you feel is very productive, right? But some boss people in your life, and instead of trying to lead or to teach, just kind of let others guide you. There's a lot of you listening, including myself, that people look up to a lot as a leader, and I get that a lot. And me being the socially awkward introvert that I am, I really don't feel comfortable leading people, but I do. It's weird. In the corporate world, I am a leader. That's what I do, facilitator, all types of stuff. But in my work, especially in the coven, I want to sit back and allow others to guide me and teach me. I don't know everything. I'm an eclectic magician. I really consider myself a chaos magician. I work with different paths. And so I am always open and eager to learn new things from different people, you know. And so I know that's my goal, to kind of learn from the people around me, you know. So, yeah. Next, we got this beautiful card right here with my nasty fingerprints all over it. Yay. Yo, this shows everything. Look at that. Turquoise. That is beautiful. And so I always recommend whatever crystal comes up in the reading, if you can take a picture of it, save it as a screenshot on your phone, purchase it if possible, because this always comes up for a reason. Of course, all of them come up for a reason, but I'm saying the cards that do show up in the readings, the crystals that show up in the readings, in that particular reading, is for a reason. So I always recommend to purchase it or just save a picture or something. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Turquoise represents true riches. It's a copper-based stone attracting good fortune since antiquity. Turquoise was popular for protective amulets, sacred to Hathor, who is also Venus, and to Buddha. It linked earth and sky and made a potent love charm. Alright, your pathway is one of self-realization. Qualities you cultivate now drive your spiritual evolution forward. Draw on your karmic wisdom and past life skills. Release vows that no longer serve you and speak what used to be unspeakable. So, what do we have here? Move. Get out of the way, everybody. So, this is why I love using multiple decks when I do these big readings like that, because they allow us to capture the message and the guidance in all different kinds of ways and forms in the cards. And so we just spoke about releasing vows in our past life. So this is just a confirmation, coming up in a completely different card, that this is something that we most definitely have to do. You have to release these vows of self-poverty, vows of chastity, vows of self-destruction, self-punishment. These vows have to be lifted because they're blocking your financial situation. They're blocking you finding a good partner or keeping a good partner. It's just really blocking you on all forms. And a lot of times people like to yell out they've been hexed. But in all actuality, it's just some past life issues that they're continuing to carry with them in every recurring life that they have. All right. Let me move on. Watch your health and avoid polluted environments. Brilliant success and happiness are coming. Fortune favors you. You navigate the way forward with sure-footed confidence, but watch your personal safety and deal with problems immediately. Good friends accompany you. You're in the spotlight and others rely on you. Your true riches lie not in the bank, but in your heart. Okay, this is a medium to high frequency. The chakras it helps with is the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. And the timing is Scorpio, Sag, and Pisces. And the soul path is attuning to inner riches. Okay, so I highly recommend working with this crystal if you can get your hands on it. Like I said, it helps release past issues and just unlocks a lot of great shit, as it said earlier. So the last card that I have, let me get all my stuff nice and neat here. The last card that I have is the Universe card. And this states, "Thank you, Universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good." And the highest good is always your higher self, what we strive to be as we shed and move forward in our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical development. This is what you should be striving for, right? And especially for me, seeing beyond the limits of fear is very important because I need to get out of my comfort zone, as we all do, in order to manifest the things that we want. You're never going to really manifest things staying in your comfort zone, staying where you feel comfortable, right? You have to push your limits, and that's sometimes your limits are controlled by your fear. So the universe is here to allow you to see beyond those limits of fear, right? And just thank the universe, thank your ancestors and your spirit guides for allowing your perception to expand so that you could see what's beyond those limits of fear and know that what's beyond there is your highest good. Things for your advantage, to better yourself, your family, and whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in this current lifetime, right? So this concludes New Moon and Capricorn reading. I hope that you guys receive this guidance well. I know everything may not be for everyone in this, but for the things that apply to you, use it, you know, to help with whatever it is that you need to fix or you're trying to fix in your life. You know what I mean? We're all a work in progress. Every day's a new day, a clean slate, you know, and all those other cliches. But yes, thank you for all your continued support. I really appreciate everyone who follows me, who supports my craft, my energy, and what I do. It means so much to me. If you are watching this and you are not subscribed to my channel, I recommend that you click the link so that you can subscribe, so that you get notifications for when I'm dropping the January zodiac readings, right? And look in my description below. Check out all the information. I have a GoFundMe page for my daughter. That's there. She's trying to travel out in the country in 2020, and I kind of need some help getting that done. So anybody that's patronizing my business, all of my proceeds are going towards my daughter's trip. And I have a GoFundMe as well. I also have a Patreon account where I have exclusive content there, and I also provide a tarot spread PDF monthly for you, pertaining to the level of tier that resonates with you and that you subscribe to. So that's also there. And until next time, I will see you at the next new moon. All right. Talk to y'all later. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.